Rogers Hometown Hockey is back on Sunday nights beginning October 6th in Halton Hills, Ontario, known to our producer as Georgetown, because he's from there. Ron MacLean, Tara Slone will join us in studio in just a second, or they're already here sitting, watching me, thinking I suck. But first, if you're not familiar, booing. Here's a look at what hometown
just
hockey
got heckled by Ron
is
MacLean.
all about.
Oh.
It's a high point in my career.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Everywhere we go, there will be signs of hockey, and we can't wait to stop at each and every one of them.
Young people involved in sport gives them a vision of what they can accomplish in life.
I felt I could do anything. Our team went and scored the winning goal, and then I remember it just being the best feeling ever.
How does it feel being like the heart of Canada?
Oh, no, I'm not the heart of Canada.
Grabbed the camera and looked down, and I could see my hometown of Sarnia.
I'm from Saskatoon. I get to represent my town in the greatest game in the world.
Growing up here, playing hockey in the bay over there, and it's just a wonderful town.
Our people are our strength. They do tremendous work for our country, and we're so pleased to have you guys here.
Hi, Alex. It's your buddy Ovi. You come into the game. Can't wait to meet you.
Ovechkin scores a hat trick for Alex Ovechkin and Alex Louis.
Try and have balance in life. That's what I learned through sport, in particular hockey.
It was like everything that I'd fought for just was fine in that moment.
When are we most Canadian?
When we drop the puck, Ron.
Jacob Ardown, Olli Postinen. Whoa.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Rogers Hometown Hockey in Crete.
We're welcoming a lot of new Canadians to this country, and I think we need to invite them and involve them in our community.
This has just been a hugely powerful weekend.
There they are. Here we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, Season 6.
Hey.
Season 6. Rogers Hometown Hockey. Tara Slone, Ron MacLean with jackets that no one ever offers us.
Yeah.
Here in the Tim and Sid studio. How do you look at this entering year 6 compared to year 1?
They won't fit us.
Well, they won't fit us. True.
I don't even remember year 1. I mean,
there's a reason.
I mean, my role was different and more peripheral at that time. But you know, the show has morphed. But I would be hard pressed to say exactly how. For me, obviously, I ended up on the desk beside Ron, and that's a big change. But
I thought you always were, though, Tara. We've gone to the co-host designation, but Tara was always co-host for sure. And the ethos of the show came from Tara as much as anybody on the show, and that was inclusivity. I remember the first show you two in London. So just going down, and Eric Lindros was so helpful to me. He did 2 days of shooting prior to the telecast, took me to his old home, took me where his dad worked, took me where his mom did. And I really was grateful for friendships. That kind of got us through the early going when we were finding our way.
Yeah.
So now, you know, Tara was splitting her time between BT Calgary and our show at that point, so she would principally do Ontario and the West. And Jennifer Bottrell did the Eastern shows, which was lovely. But yeah, Tara, you were right from the beginning. Co-host, whether you knew it or not.
I remember talking to Tara. We were hosting the U Sports, then CIS awards together, and there's some little sprinkles of an idea here. What's been the most surprising thing since you've walked down this road about traveling and being kind of embedded in hockey the way that Ron has for years?
Well, first of all, I get lumped into this incredible blessed category. You know, I mean, this man is literally a legend, and so to be along for that ride is pretty incredible. I think we just, more than anything, feel like the whole thing's a privilege, and so there's this enormous gratitude that we experience when we're welcomed into people's homes, literally, you know, their arenas, and that they trust us in telling their stories. And that's just, I mean, you know, you have to pinch yourself every once in a while and say, like, what an incredible honor this is.
It's so funny because I'm back in the rinks now. I have my 2 kids who are 9 and 7, and I grew up in the rinks. I'm the youngest of 4 boys. My dad coached all my brothers, and they were good players. They were AAA. I was crap. They were good players. So I spent that, and having watched it that close and being at some, I was like, I'm not going to miss this when I'm done with hockey. And now that I'm back in there and I smell the ice in the morning and I get that coffee, there's a little bit of bliss walking into that arena in the morning. And the funny part for me about when I watch your show is that the people that you go and visit feel like the NHLers and you guys are the stars. And no disrespect, when I'm watching, they don't realize that the ironic part of this is that they're the star. Their arena is the star. Their community and the stories around that community are actually the stars of that show. And it's so nice to see places I would never see in my life through your show.
Well, I remember being in Thompson, Manitoba and eating caribou heart. And the coach of the AAA midget team in Thompson, much like the coach in Burnaby, John Batchelor, just like John Goins has now moved up into the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, but he ran the Lac St. Louis Lions and great AAA midget program. And these guys are the Scotty Bowmans to their city.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fantastic thing. And I was in the MasterCard Center on the weekend watching the Adam AAAs from around the area. Vaughn Kings were there, and I got to go into their dressing room and tell them, we're coming to your town. You can't tweet that out. I know you know how to do that, but you can't tweet it out just yet. And they were, you know, they're Adams, so they're 10 years old. Yep. 11 years old, and they're just so up to speed on what makes the game. And you're right on the money there, Tim. And I think, you know, everywhere we go, it sounds like that thing we ran a moment ago, but I just think relationships are huge. You have one, Tara and I are lucky to have one, and it's reciprocal. Everywhere you go, you build a relationship, and that's what the 6 years, that's where it shows. Right.
Again, the schedule is, go to sportsnet.ca for the entire schedule. Jets, Islanders, October 6th, Sunday, October 6th is where it opens in Halton Hills, Ontario.
Then they go east, which is never fun.
There's some really interesting dates here. The Pee Wee tournament in Quebec in February.
Yes. Right. Yes.
Carnival? Is that around the same time?
I think it is.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Used to be.
That'll be a weekend.
So
well, and it's, I mean, obviously it's a beautiful place and a legendary tournament. So yeah, we have a few like that are kind of dotted. Winterlude in Ottawa, like that. It's, you know, obviously these are huge occasions for the cities. Yes. Ron will be coming from Yellowknife that weekend, so that'll be interesting. That's where Hockey Day in Canada is.
To Quebec City?
To Ottawa.
Oh, to Ottawa.
Yeah. A little better, a little easier.
Yeah.
Actually, not much different.
Stress test early is the outdoor game in Regina, which is Jets Flames playing in Regina, and then Fredericton. So that's a bit of a test.
Yeah, that'll
you know,
be
I'll be riding sheepdogs. Just to get as far as Toronto, and then I'm on my own.
Nice. Salud, bonhomme de carnaval. That's what I remember.
I love when he speaks Spanish. Love it. Sunday night viewing for Canadian hockey fans. When you heard the idea for the first time, don't need me to tell you, Saturday's kind of a fixture. Sunday night, and the build has been consistent. What did you think of that initially? Did you think it would work?
I mean, you know, I think
you did. You I asked to be on the show.
Yeah, when I first heard about it, I mean, but it had to do with you and the concept. You know, I mean, Sundays are always going to be tricky. You're all up against every awards show known to man. You're up against some pretty heavy-duty primetime viewing, and you're up against football. But I think, you know, we all believe really strongly in what we do and think it's a different enough product that there's an appetite for. So, I mean, I very much wanted to be a part of this show, and it was all about hockey, storytelling, Ron. It seemed to me to be a winning and beautiful combination.
Right. And Tara has great hockey chops, as you guys know from your experience at university. Same with the Memorial Cup and the draft and so forth. So that was neat to have Tara come on and be representative of, you know, we were trying to be inclusive, right? So it's a man and a woman hosting a national hockey broadcast. Fantastic. That was a huge break. And then the other thing, I was at Blue Rodeo's concert recently down at the Budweiser stage, and Sam Roberts opened, and Devin Cuddy, Jim's son, opened for Sam. And the place was overflowing. They must have had 35,000 people pouring off the grass at the back, and it was because they've built that relationship. You know, it was young, old, all demographics and gender, blood, you name it, and that's what happens. Hopefully, you just keep going and touring and meeting people, and they're all friends, and they speak well and connect you to their friends, and then we get to shine light on them.
It's at the end of that Blue Rodeo show. I was there that night.
Yeah.
The stage it turned into a family reunion.
Wasn't it great?
What a great show that was. And with all due respect, listen, this country's amazing. They do a lot of shows. That one was the best because I was there.
Yeah.
But no, it was just, it had that feel. You're bang on. And you're right. It felt like it stretched all the way into Lake Ontario, the crowd. It was just, it was a fantastic night. Absolutely.
All right, I want to talk some hockey. I want to get your guys' opinion on the RFAs because we keep talking about them. I'm almost tired of the conversation, but know that it's so huge. Does the NHL have a little bit of a problem here because some of their best players might not be playing when we start hockey?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and Ron made this point earlier on one of the shows we were on. I can't remember which one. But you're dealing with a changing landscape, as everybody knows who works in media. You know, how money and advertising is happening, what kind of platforms you're dealing with is changing. And so players do have to be careful that they don't sell themselves short on long contracts.
There's a feeling Connor McDavid may have cost himself $50 million to sign for $100 million. So it's crazy, right? But that's the feeling. With gambling being the biggest unpredictable source of revenues, there's a great chance this gambling thing could really hit and spike salary cap. There's also streaming US TV deals coming about, and the way they will stream off of that. You know, you look at the NFL, right? It's all over the dial now. It's multiple, and it's gambling. So that could see a real spike in the cap, and that's why, you know, if you're Darren Ferris, you got to be really careful with Mitch Marner and just hold out. You got to either hold out or get the short bridge contract that you want. But I understand, and you're right, the league does have a problem. This is the problem with the cap.
I don't know if the fans understand all of that.
Zero-sum game, yeah.
But how concerned is the league, though?
Well, they'll be concerned because Torontos of the world are going to be yelling at them. You know, the allies that broke the union are now going to be turning around and saying, okay, we thought that was a good idea to break the union, but here's our problem. We are in Toronto, and we got 3 possible years at this, you know, and you're really hurting us with this formula. Yeah. So what can we do?
Yeah. And if they'll listen to Winnipeg, because Winnipeg will be yelling too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your first game, Rogers hometown hockey, again, October 6th, Jets and Islanders. Is Kyle Connor playing in that game? Is Patrick Laine playing in that game? Are they both playing in that game? Are neither playing in that game?
We hope yes, because we want people to watch.
The hope is the hope. We hope for all of us here is they play.
Except for the Islanders.
But these are
7
complicated
Winnipeg
times.
Jets games. The Jets, I think, have gone to the league and said, Steve Petros, put us on every Sunday night because they're like 50-1 on Sunday nights.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's true.
And they're like first 3 on the schedule?
They are.
Yeah.
So they seem to be our team, and those were big hits that they took with Trouba and Myers for sure. Yeah. And if those two aren't playing, you know, that's going to be a tough start for Paul Maurice and the Winnipeg Jets. But great club, and hopefully they can find a way through it. As for, you know, whether they're in or out, you know, everybody seems to feel it's going to be a quick domino effect, that whichever of those big names, you know, obviously Werenski signed, but when Marner agrees or Laine agrees, I think the rest will fall into line.
We get the domino.
But can other teams wait on that domino? Other teams need to get stuff done.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating to me that we've reached this stage. Anyway, Rogers hometown hockey is a great thing. Let's focus on the positives. October 6th is opening night. Tara Slone, Ron MacLean. We love you both. Yeah. Congratulations on where the show is going, where the show has been. This is a huge success, and it is mainly because of both of you. So we appreciate you coming.
One last thing, Tim and Sid. Tara tweeted out when Bianca, you'll have her on tomorrow. She said to Flushing Meadows, "I'm sorry," right? It was great. Yeah. And Tara tweeted, she is Canadian because she said, "I'm sorry." So did Ryan O'Reilly when he won the Conn Smythe and he came out to Scott Oak and swore.
Yes.
Yeah. And then he spieled off about 7 straight "I'm sorry." So it was a summer of sorrow and celebration, but can't wait for the new season. Yeah.